Welcome to the Amazing Couples Game Show, and I'm your host, Byron Hodges. And of course, my wife, Phyllis Hodges, is co-host. And tonight is something extraordinary. We don't have any guests in the waiting room. We don't have anything to do, but something very special. We're going to talk about us.
Hey, everybody.
Our marriage and our relationship and what it took to us to get to this point and all the ins and outs and ups and downs.
I love it, honey.
There you go.
Well, I'm just going to say, hey, y'all, he's on fire tonight. You know, I'm normally doing all of this. Well, guess what? It's going to be both of us tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, again, welcome to the Amazing Couples Game Show. Let me clear the screen just a little bit. I'm going to click that off now. And then I'm going to move this little gadget out the way. Honey, hey, babe, give me a kiss. Well, we're going to start the new year out like that, babe.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
We're going to talk? Okay. Yeah. Normally, like you said, we have couples, amazing couples in the waiting room. Yeah. Not tonight.
She has to talk to me.
It's just me and him.
Dynamite.
I got some questions down here.
Okay,
I have the subject matter. Me and you, Amazing Couples Game Show. But before we get started, honey, how do I look? Am I pretty?
Fantastic, all that, as always.
Well, you look awfully nice yourself. I'm loving all this black on black. You looking good, baby. But you know, when I really like to look sexy, I put my little
I know, heart on your cheek.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I collected all those.
No, you did not collect all of them.
Okay.
I got some extra ones. Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about this amazing couple. And then we're going to talk about the Amazing Couple show and all of that. What would you like our viewers to know about you, my sweetheart? Well, okay, wait, don't answer that. What would you like for the viewers to know about me? And then I'm going to share what I want them to know about you.
We can still talk either way it goes, but she's confusing me.
What do you want the folks to know about me?
Well, she was 16 years old when I met her. Beautiful. I just got out of class. I was going to UALR. I was 22 years old. And I went into Kentucky Fried Chicken. And when I walked through the door, I saw this beautiful person back there giving orders and talking and writing down stuff. And I said, let me get a little bit closer and look. And of course, I had a red Camaro convertible, long blonde hair, nothing like it is now.
I'm loving all of this, baby. Yeah. Let me stop it.
I am going to keep talking.
Supposed to be,
it is my format.
You're supposed to be talking about me.
We're going to talk about it because this is where it comes in.
Okay.
I go over to kind of make my order. I don't talk to her right then because I'm looking at her. So I told her what I wanted. She wrote the order down and I casually waited and got my little bag and went out the door, and I turned around, took another look. And I said, I'm coming back tomorrow. So I left and I put that chicken that I bought when I got home in the refrigerator because I didn't really want any chicken. So the next night at the class, I went back and I did the same identical thing. For 3 weeks, I looked and made my decision. I was going to have, somewhere down the line, I was going to have to talk because my refrigerator was loaded with chicken.
Okay, so that's how we met, you all. I'm a junior at Hall High School. Mm-hmm. He's a junior at UALR in 1974. Now we're going to speed it up a little bit. He saw me as a 16-year-old girl, and he was just fascinated. But when I saw him, I was fascinated too, but in a different way. He was a customer. He was a customer, my customer, okay? And then when this line came about, you know, in 74, they didn't have the computers and they didn't have all this fancy stuff. They just had a pad and pen. So my pen ran out and this gentleman said, when you can have mine, you know, you can have my pen, you can write with my pen. So I said, well, thank you. And I'm writing, I'm taking this order at that particular time. Now I'm about to give it back to him. And this is what he's saying. When you finish, you can write your phone number down. So now I'm nervous and the rest is history. I love this man. This is a 47 anniversary coming up on Valentine's Day. Maybe that's the reason I love hearts. I apologize.
48.
I apologize. We are in our
Always behind.
No, stop. We're in our 47, and in a few days, February the 14th, will be here before you know it, babe. And maybe again, that's the reason I love my hearts. I try to put hearts on everything, on different parts of my body, on my face, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I want him to pick them off. Okay, now that's enough about us, the amazing couples. Let us
That's
tell
what the
you.
show's about.
I know.
Us.
I know. It's about us and about them, and the whole concept. The purpose is to spread some love and some laughter.
Yeah,
It's not enough laughter out there, and laughter is my medicine, babe.
that's true.
It's my medicine. Why do I say that? The Bible talks about, it talks about so much, but where I'm trying to go with this, it talks about a merry heart. Do it good, like a medicine. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And the joy of the Lord is our strength.
Yeah.
So I take all of that, and thank God, being 63, I'm not on any medication.
Yeah, just think about that. 63, 69.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, babe, as amazing couples, we're not interviewing couples tonight, so we're not asking questions.
You're asking us questions.
And we're talking about us. And
Yeah.
we're not giving presents away,
No.
but I have a present for you.
Okay, where is that? I want my present.
You didn't even know that, you
I didn't
all.
know nothing.
And I thought we were going to do that at the end of the show, but I have something just for you. Surprise.
It's a surprise, all right. I don't know. I didn't anything. Let's see what this is.
Now let him go watch his facial expression. Stop! Look at that facial expression. Now see, that is so, oh, that's horrible, honey. Look at that. Okay, show something else. Wait a minute. This
There's
is
a heart on it.
I put the heart, but okay, we're gonna tell them this is not any medicine. They think this is nickel magnesia on it.
That's what it look like. Nickel magnesia.
Vapor bath rub. And what is that?
Foaming bath.
Foaming bath. And you know why I decided to give you this, babe?
You're going to be in there with me.
But you remember what you said last night.
Yeah.
What did you say?
When we're going to take a bath together.
He said that last night. And so I had ears to hear. We were taking a shower. And Honey Bun said, we need to take a bath together. And I was thinking about the sizes of our bathtubs and our shower area. And I said, oh, that would be a lot of fun. So I love bubbles. I love him to run me water. So I went and surprised him. But when he saw this, you had an old crazy, what I call a funky look on your face.
It looked like Philip Magnesia bottle. That's what it looked like.
So is that the reason you had that
Yeah,
funny
I said,
look?
what's this supposed to mean?
Okay, well, we're
And
not
it
gonna
means
talk.
the right thing.
So are you happy?
Yeah.
So
So the
that's-
other bathtub does fine.
That's your surprise.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so we got the prizes out of the way. Normally, with our amazing couples game show, babe, we normally have 3 couples and they are competing. They are trying to decide who's going to be the winner and get all these prizes, these gifts. 1, 2, 3. And then we also have a show that we talk about marriages.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 couples and they talk to us about marriages. So we got all of that out of the way. This is a special episode because, honey, we're almost in our
gonna get there.
second, what? We're almost in our
Season.
second season and it starts in February. So let's talk about this amazing couple, Byron and Phyllis. The first thing I have down here is communication, baby. Let's talk about communication.
Our communication was rough when we first started out.
Mhm.
The willpower on both sides was dynamic. I wanted to do things my way because I'm a man. It's going to naturally, I'm running the house, it's my way. But unfortunately, the radar was focused over here because she wanted to be in charge all the time. So that was like a close.
So in other words, you're saying our communication wasn't great?
Not starting off, no. But the first
Well,
six.
but then again, babe, I was 16 and you was 22.
I
It
know.
wasn't going to be perfect.
I know that.
Okay, so
I
it was
didn't realize she was 16 years old first.
okay.
I thought she was like 18, 19 years old.
But I don't care, babe, what your age is. You still need to be able to communicate.
That's right.
So can you tell the viewers now?
I got the communication down right. I had to call her mother.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. He was always in mom's ear. And now that pissed me off. Why are you always running to my mama, telling my mama something?
Yeah. Well, she was my mother.
She was his mother. Oh, he loved some Mama Rose.
She raised me.
Yeah, really, she did. She
Been
loved
raising
him.
me for 47 years.
Yeah. Okay, babe, wait a minute. So now, since we are seniors,
Yeah.
citizens,
Yeah.
would you say our communication is good now?
Real good. Real
Real
good.
good?
Real, yeah, real
I
down to earth.
really think so.
We're on like a
Yes, we think before we talk.
yeah, that's
In most cases, that's so
very
important. Think before you talk, because once it comes out, you can't go back and grab it and put it in.
Yeah.
And sometimes on a bad day,
Mhm.
yeah, and we do have them.
We have them.
Sometimes we have those ups and downs, but we always know how to watch, kiss, and make up. You know,
Sometimes it's not that easy.
I didn't say it was easy. I said we know how to do
Okay,
it.
okay.
So now we kiss and make up, and we definitely know how to ask for forgiveness.
Sure.
Mhm.
At first.
We can say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
But he's always saying, when he's really hot at me, he said, you always think you're right.
Yeah, she does.
I don't.
She think, hey, look,
Byron.
if anybody has a nature of thinking they're right and not going to change, you're looking at it. Yes, you're looking at it.
Y'all hear that?
I can be totally right. I'm honest. Look at,
Okay.
I could be right, but no matter what it is, she has a point of view. She's going to tell you that, and she's right. Until 2 or 3 days later, she might figure out, well, maybe I was wrong.
I think I was praying.
Yeah.
I think God tapped me on the shoulder and gave me
Ears to hear.
a little extra wisdom.
Yeah.
What the Bible tells us, when you're lacking wisdom, pray and ask, in the book of James.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not hard to get along with at all.
I don't think I am either. Byron, I don't believe you.
Oh God, hadn't laughed like that in years.
Byron, wait a minute. Would you say I'm hard to get along with?
Not now, no.
Babe, that's what we're
But
talking
back
about.
there,
We're
We're
not
talking about the whole process.
We're talking
Back-
about right now.
No, not hard to get along with.
Now we're
I just
talking.
ignore
We're talking about communication. See, that's it right there.
her. She's not hard to get along with at all.
And
Look here, what she has begun to realize, I'm a quiet person. She has to come find me. I don't talk a lot. I don't cause a lot of noise. I don't do too much of nothing. Watch TV, read a lot, do a lot of stuff around the house.
what
She
does
comes
that
look
have
for
to
me.
do with communication?
It has a lot to do with communications. She has to figure out why I'm not talking. He's so busy and he's not saying anything. Wonder what's wrong. Well, I have to be not busy, not reading a book for nothing to be wrong. I
Okay.
happen to be a quiet person. So therefore she has to learn my communication,
I
body
think-
language.
I think out of 47,
Body language.
I think out of 47 years, I know the body language.
She knows my body language.
That's communication,
She knows
y'all.
when I don't talk, period, something's wrong.
Well,
I'm talking about period.
I don't remember too many times you not talking.
They're out there.
Okay, babe, let's talk about this here. Let's talk about trust. That's priority. You got to be able to trust.
Yeah.
So how is our trust? Come on,
From beginning to end. Now,
just talk
perfect.
about period. How
My
do
trust
you
is
trust
perfect.
me?
Perfect.
And see, that's it. I trust my
Perfect.
husband. My husband trusts me. And ladies and guys, you got to be able to trust your mate. For instance, let me give you an example. Let's talk about a big dollar purchase. Before I go and purchase anything that costs a lot of money, I'm going to communicate with my husband. I'm not going to go out there and spend all the money, because his money and my money, we'll talk about money in a few minutes, but I don't want to cause any friction in the marriage because it's something that I see that I like. So he has to trust when I go to the store which is very seldom, he goes to the store. When I go someplace, whether even if it's online ordering something, he has to trust Phyllis will not go out there and purchase any big item without communicating with me.
That's the truth. And when she talks about our money, it's our money.
Yes,
I go out and make some money. It's not my money, it's her money too.
exactly.
So we put it in the bank, and she has the right to know this. She sees everything, and she needs to do something with it, do it. It's hers.
Exactly. So I trust my husband to give me the checkbook.
She's got it.
I trust my husband to do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
I just trust him. So that's part of it. You got to be able to trust him. Don't give him a reason not to trust. Let's talk about sex.
Must be.
Wait a minute. I don't even know how you jumped over
Look
that,
here.
but anyway, let's talk about sex.
Here's what it is, what I mean. In a relationship, a man's drawn to a woman because of the way she looks, he admires her, his heart is falling in love with her, and that's the person he wants to possess and be with. I mean, that's what's on his mind, is I love her, not only because of who she is as a great person, but their sexual needs, they play a role in every marriage.
Exactly.
And that's where my heart is, and that's where my eyes are.
Okay.
And that's how I feel.
And with that being said, ladies, let me share this with you. Sometimes, again, men and women don't think the same.
No.
A lot of times guys are more in most cases, not all cases, but so many times a man, your husband, may be more in tune to let's get physical. Let's have sex. Let's be intimate. Yes, that's wonderful. And I'm going to give them the thumbs up. I'm going to give them the victory sign, because both parties should be there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, ladies, sometimes our bodies are made different. Sometimes we're just not feeling like sex right then and there.
True.
So sometimes all we need is for that husband to caress and to hold our hand.
It took a long time. Look here. It took a long time, and this is the truth. I have begun to feel happy holding my wife and reading the Bible at night. And when I lay down in the bed and holding her hand and we're close to one another, I have begun to realize that satisfies my needs sometimes. Whereas before I didn't think like that.
Yeah,
it's called the charisma. As I've got older, she's next to me. That's even more of a pleasure than having sex.
And I'm glad you said that, because so many times, again, when you talk about sex, male, female, female, male, when you talk about husband, wife, intimacy, I'm saying intimacy. I'm not just talking about drop it and here you go. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the foreplay. Baby, you look so beautiful. Kiss and hug and lie down and talk to each other and maybe even fall asleep in his arms. Or sometimes he fall asleep in my arms and then I'll hunch it. Baby, you're snoring. Baby, you're snoring.
In any relationship, you have to learn it.
Yeah.
And you have to learn everybody.
And I love messing with his ears.
Yeah, it takes time. Whereas if you've got two different people and they're working all the time and they come home and the guy's looking at his wife, and he's young and he's, ready to go, and she's washing her hair, it seems like it takes 1,000,000 years and you lose interest because she's not on her mind. It happens to a lot of people.
And that's what we're talking about. Again, these are just a few little nuggets. These are, what are you looking for, baby? What's wrong?
Something to hold my foot on, but that's all right. I got it.
These are a few little nuggets. Once we have our marriage summit and our marriage seminars, we'll go more in depth. But since we just have 30 minutes to talk tonight, we're just tipping through the tulips, if you would say, and enjoying this. But sex is good. What?
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
Yes. And my point is laughter. You see, my husband, he didn't used to laugh. No. You better be able to say some things and do some things for your hubby, with your husband, and make that man laugh. If you don't make him laugh, somebody's going to make him laugh, right? Honey, do I laugh? Do you make me laugh?
Sure do.
Mhm.
Sure do.
You keep a smile on my face. Okay, babes, let's
What's
talk.
next?
Let's talk about the vision, and the goals, things like that, with us personal as well as with the game show. And I'm gonna start it out.
You go ahead. You know all the ins and outs.
You do too. With the vision of hubby wife, our relationship. Have you ever heard a lady say, "I want what you want"? Then the man look at her. "I want what you want."
Yeah.
You know, we want what we both want.
Yeah.
We want it, okay?
Yeah.
I am a author.
Mhm.
I am a speaker as well as a fitness specialist. Honey Bun has so many gifts and talents as well. And I check him out. I sit back patiently. I pray often for him, for me, for
Mhm.
our marriage, so we can be so in tune with the vision God gave us as a married couple. And when he gave us the vision regarding the amazing game show, he spoke to me so clearly, as well as hubby, about bringing a virtual show to the world, to the globe. Laughter, joy, happiness, and all of that good stuff to make a marriage. It had never been done before. We're doing it, and we need your help. We're always searching for couples. We're always searching for sponsors. We're always doing that. And when you think about our goals, right now the goal is to be able to make it to that second season of the Amazing Couples Game Show, and just be in God's will and do what God wants us to do. You agree, babe?
Yes. If you'll check out some of the shows,
Mhm.
that you won't be apprehensive and not wanting to participate.
That's right.
Because if you see what kind of answers we got and how the format is, sure, I'd love to be on there. Because sometimes we call in the first place, "Oh no, we don't want to do that."
Don't be a scary
No,
cat. Don't be
because you're afraid
kicking.
somebody will ask you some personal questions. We don't do that.
No, we
We're
really
having
don't.
fun.
We have a lot
You
of
know,
fun
like when is your
questions.
mother-in-law's birth date or something like that? What did
Oh.
you buy your wife for her last birthday? That's
All-
the kind of
All
questions.
kind of fun
Yeah.
questions.
When
So we-
Santa Claus come visit. Stuff like that.
And who's the Santa in your
Yeah,
family?
that's right.
I
Stuff like
think
that.
sometimes I'm Miss Santa.
You're always the Santa.
Am I
of the family.
Santa?
You're the
Yeah,
Santa of the
okay.
family.
Because I sure did. I just got you a gift.
Sure
and
did.
I didn't even get mad that you
No.
didn't get me one. See,
I'm getting her stuff all the time.
See,
Tell the people
wait.
I constantly buy her something. She said, "Don't buy me another thing." Every time I go to the
Every
store,
time
I
he goes-
buy her something.
every time he's in
Why
the store,
not? I
he's
only live
buying me
once.
something. But most of the time, I already have that. Just don't need it. But the thought is what counts. Thank you, baby.
Listen
But-
to me.
wait a
No,
minute,
I'm gonna drag this format.
Wait a
When
minute.
I go to the store and I see something I think my wife would like to have, I will buy it because you only live once.
Once. And this
And
is a
I'm
new,
happy
honey,
doing it.
and let him
because
know, baby, let him know.
What?
This is a new way you're thinking. You didn't used to
I
think
didn't
like
used to
this.
think that
He
way.
used to count all of his coins.
I used to say, "I can't do that. I can't do that. I need
Let's
to
save
save
for a
this."
rainy day.
Now, if I go to the store, I tell my wife, she goes, "Where'd you get that shirt?" I said, "Every time I'm going to the store, I'm going to buy myself something because I love me."
And that's
True.
good. That's good, because it was always me purchasing things for him purchasing things for me and the family. He would never just step out of his comfort zone and buy him things. Baby, 2021, I think, is when you
Yeah.
actually started. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like Byron said, again, you only live once. Enjoy your life
I
to the
told her the other
fullest.
day, I said, "If I got 2 cents in the bank, I'm going to buy myself something. I'm not going to buy everybody else things first. Jesus Christ is first in my life. And then guess what? I'm going to buy myself something after I let him be first."
Ooh, okay. Y'all
Yeah.
heard that, did
He's
you?
always first.
So anyway, I want you to hear this. We're talking about the Amazing Game Show. We're excited about it. And
Always.
if
It's
you're
a great
watching,
show.
and if you're watching now, you're probably saying, "Well, where are the couples?" Not tonight, baby. It's the Amazing Couples creators, the co-host. We're just talking about us.
I laid in
Sometimes-
bed watching the program one night and I'm on there.
and we're laughing,
I
we're
said,
having a
"Ooh,
good time. So
yeah.
why don't you do this? If you never had an opportunity to watch the Amazing Couples Game Show, go and subscribe. It's free. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and you can see all of the past shows. And in a few minutes, you'll be able to see this one here on Facebook Live. Yes, we always pre-record on Zoom. Then we start sharing it on the different Facebook and YouTube, all the other social mediums. So we want you to enjoy that. And
I want to go back on something.
okay.
A moment ago, we touched on relationship. We touched on it. She used the word sex.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sex,
you're
baby,
getting-
sex.
When you're young and you're just starting out,
Mhm.
there's a lot of things out there and there's a lot of temptation in the world. And I want you to learn one thing very quick.
Okay.
Whatever that temptation is, you're going to pay for what you do wrong. Always think and keep your eyes on Jesus Christ.
And remember,
And a
what's
marriage.
done in the dark will come to the light.
And it will come to light. You may think 45 years later, you're out of the, nobody's going to ever think I did that. All of a sudden, bam, something hits you, broadsides you. But my point is, what I'm trying to say to you, in your marriage, you got to have a foundation, and that's called Jesus Christ. Once you achieve and you have that foundation, you won't have all the temptation because it says in the Bible, the Lord's wrath. You got to read a little bit deeper when you talk about, not obeying his commandments. Things will really go wrong if you're not obeying them.
And what I'm hearing you say,
Yes.
honey, what I'm hearing you say, when you're in a marriage,
Yes.
we're not just talking about friends shacking together. We're not just talking about girlfriend, boyfriend. We're
Yeah.
talking about vows. We're talking about a commitment. We're talking about a husband and wife that said they love each other and they heard that preacher or whoever marries them, they heard all of the vows and they agreed. Yes, there will be good days and not so good days, but love each other. When you have challenges, don't go out there and think, ooh, baby, it's greener on the other side. Nah, and you will find these things out as time goes by. We can talk about it because, again, we have a lot of years up under our belt. 47 years up under our belt. And we tell you up front, we have not always laughed. We have not always been huggy, kissy, kissy.
Or talk to one another.
Yes, but it's been good. But we have those days. And even now in our older, more mature years, when we have those challenges, we pull away. We don't even talk because it's not wise to talk when you are mad at each other.
That's right, because you'll be real sorry about some of the things you say.
It's not wise when you have questions and you don't ask, or if you ask the questions and you ask them in a real poor manner. Sometimes it's not what you ask, it's how you ask. So that's what we're talking about. And again, a lot of that's going to come in.
Communication both ways. Sit down with a level mind and talk.
Yes. Honey, let's talk about, we were talking about the vision and the goal, and then you love sex so much, you jump back on the sex.
I don't love sex so much. It's the companionship and my wife I love.
That was a joke. Quit that.
Yeah.
Okay, now, again, I was talking about some things that I like in terms of writing and reading. The fitness specialist, you're doing some of the same thing now. Let's talk about.
She kind of drawn out some of my hidden talents.
Yeah.
I got a lot of talent.
A lot of, in your belly, stirring around. He didn't even know they were there, but I was watching him and I said, honey, you are a dreamer. Honey, you are an artist. Honey, you're a minister, but at the same time, did you know you are? Whoa. And then I started naming all of these things. And he is an author and all of these great things, but he's just now stepping into those areas. And as a wife, ladies, if you're watching right now, look at your husband, look at your soulmate. Look at the man of your dream and see those gifts and talents that they don't see.
Yeah.
Right?
She drug them out of me. Okay.
And we're doing this thing together. And guys,
together. You
and
said it together. Say it
together. And guys, I'm not going to leave you out.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful wife of yours. Tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Buy her surprises.
Yeah.
And wait, she's going to purchase you some beautiful prizes too.
Yeah.
But help stir up the gifts in her. Right, babe?
That's true. That's true.
Okay, dokie. I love it.
Yeah.
Again, we're communicating. Again, a lot of this is going to come through the workshops and some of the other things that we're going to have down the line. Okay, let's talk about religion. When we first met, oh my goodness, you went to church.
I went to church.
You prayed.
I prayed.
And sometimes you act like a heathen.
No, look here. I did the
That was
same
a
thing.
joke. That was a joke, Byron.
I don't take jokes lightly.
I don't know why he's not laughing at my jokes. He prayed. He went to church, but you weren't a born again Christian.
No, I was not. It took time.
It took some time because
I was always asking God why things happen.
Okay.
Why do you let this happen? It doesn't make sense to me for things like that to happen.
But baby, still,
things.
a lot of things still happen and we're asking Christ. But at the same time, ladies, we are looking, or I was looking for someone that I was equally yoked to. Didn't even have a clue that I was supposed to be looking for that. Didn't even have a clue of what equally yoked was. Remember, I was 16, but deep down in my spirit, I knew what I wanted. I wanted a strong man, and God blessed me with a strong man, and this strong man found me. So ladies, you want me to say it again?
I want to hear that part.
I was looking for a strong man. Okay. What is that? Why do I have to repeat that?
I have a reason. Yeah.
Look, when I do something, or when he do something, he gonna say, I thought you told the folks you was looking for a strong man. Yeah. Okay, baby, you're about to make me forget my thought. Anyway, I'm telling you about him. Reading the Bible, he did, I guess occasionally. I really didn't see a lot of that. He went to church. Matter of fact, he invited me to mass with him on a couple occasions. Yeah. He prayed, but again, he wasn't a Christian. Again, when I say a Christian, I'm talking about confessing that the Lord Jesus Christ died for our sins and rose again. I'm talking about a Christian. Wait a minute, baby, wait a minute. And ask me, was I a Christian?
No.
I was a Christian,
well,
but
wait a minute, baby,
wait. You said I was a heathen too. Yeah. Stop. I was a Christian, but many a days I was in a backslidden position.
Yeah, she wrote the book. She wrote the Bible to fit her.
Will you stop it?
Yeah.
Listen, I had to repent a lot. Yeah. I asked Byron and I asked God for forgiveness. And once God touched me and made me all new all over again, inside and outside, we are both Holy Ghost filled, devout Christians now. Yeah. And we don't throw it in anybody's face. No. That's between you and your God. Yeah. But we are Christians. We have God first, ahead of everything. That's that's the glue for us. Mm-hmm. Our marriage is Jesus, the Christ of Nazareth. What was you trying to say, honey?
I had learned something very quick.
What was that? What's that, baby?
Whatever you do wrong out there, you're going to pay for it.
Well, baby, yes.
Well, no, I'm going to finish what I want to say.
Well, go ahead and say it, baby.
All these years, say, here I am, 22. I'm coming along in life, and I'm not thinking about all these things, rules, regulations, commandments of God, and all this.
No, you're not thinking about
I'm going to church, you know, and I'm praying. And Monday morning, I'm Byron Hodges, the same guy again, doing what I want to do. Okay, I realize there's consequences, not that seed that I'm throwing out there growing. It could have not fell on fertile ground. I could not have caught the word at that time, but I'm still trying to go to church to find out what it's all about. But at the same time, I'm living a life of the natural life, you know, just going along, doing my own little thing, saying, well, I'd like to do this, or I'd like to do that. and realize like some of those things I wanted to do was wrong.
Mhm.
Okay, then that's what I mean by paying consequences.
Right.
You paying for them. No, don't come into me. So as I go down the line, and suddenly one day I get baptized, and then I get saved. You know, all this stuff happened to me, and my mind completely flip-flops changes.
A renewed mind.
Renewed mind. And I begin to realize everything I do, I say, am I doing the right thing? What's the consequences on this? So I better keep my mind on the God. I got to keep my eyes straight. Keep my eye on God, because He's going to keep me on the right path.
Yes.
That's the mind I'm in now.
Praise
Before
God.
I was not in that mind. Okay.
And I'm glad you said that, honey, because this is not a program for judgment.
Yeah.
We're not judging anybody.
Right.
Everybody, you act the way God created you to act.
Yeah.
We're just talking about our life, our
Yeah.
personal life.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. And honey, we've chatted, we've talked. We got one other thing before
What's
we
that?
get off of here, and we can do a couple of things. Well, actually, it's finances and family. Let's talk about how important family is. We were a mom and a dad at an early age.
Yes.
So our children, we have 2 adult children, a daughter first and then a son. And our daughter have 3 young adult children. So we have 3 beautiful grandchildren. And we are so grateful to say, ladies, it's nothing like being a grandmother. Guys, it's nothing like being a granddad.
Yeah.
We need to teach our young people, but not just lip service. We need to model that lifestyle in front of them.
The first time my granddaughter said, "Granddaddy," I said, "Granddaddy." You know, talking to her, I said, "Granddaddy." But I'm like, that old, golly. It chills ran down my spine. I said,
Just because you call your granddaddy?
"Granddaddy." I hadn't heard that one. I'm always calling your dad granddad. You know, when I used to go over all the time, I'm going to see granddad. Well, now here's someone, grand. That's all. God.
So that's a blessing.
Mhm.
When we have children, when we have grandchildren. But some couples don't have children.
No.
There's so many children, your neighbors, your niece and your nephew and your cousins. Look at this picture right here. In closing, I want you to look at this. Ask yourself this question, guys. A lot of times we think about the young men that maybe not doing what they should be doing as a young father, or maybe the mother, the young mother is not doing what she needs to do as a young mother. Now look in the mirror at yourself and ask yourself, well, have I shared my experience? Have I shared some good pointers? Have I been walking the walk instead of just complaining and talking? Ask yourself, what have I deposited into my family members? There's a lot of granddads, a lot of dads, a lot of uncles and cousins and brothers, a lot of males, and it's a lot of young men that's not doing what they're supposed to do. They're looking for an example. Ladies, especially senior ladies, women, we are supposed to be those mothers, women of wisdom. Are you sharing into other young women? We used to complain, oh, look at that dress so short. Oh, look at that dress so tight. Oh, and complain and complain and complain instead of saying, wow, that's a pretty dress you have on. I love that color. And leave it at that. And and Byron is laughing because what is the old saying about you can attract more bees with honey and sugar instead of all that complaining. But again, all of this teaching and learning, it's coming from age, experience. And guys, you can talk about all day long about the boys not wearing belts, or the boys' pants hanging down on their hips. Well, maybe one day you need to sit down and talk to them. There's a reason a lot of times they are doing things like that. Sometimes they want attention. Sometimes they may not have the money to go and purchase a belt. There's a whole lot of different things. What was you saying, honey?
If they can wear the kind of jeans and the kind of underwear that they're paying, they can buy a belt.
I would say yes, and I would say no. And the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes that may not be a priority to
I'm
them.
trying to figure out what they're trying to say when they're showing half their body.
But it's not up to us to
I know,
figure
but I'm
out.
still looking,
I know.
saying to myself, if a woman is looking at this from a future husband or something like that,
Mhm.
then we're in trouble.
I understand all of that, honey, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we walk through that door with a judgmental.
Yeah, but you can talk. Look, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I had 40 people working for me.
Okay.
People come through the doors left and right. They got uniforms. They come through,
Mhm.
no belt, pants hanging down.
Mhm.
Bring them in office. Say, look, give you an appearance, buy your clothes for you,
Mhm.
so you look nice and neat.
Mhm.
Where's your belt? I don't wear my clothes like you do. And I said, you will wear them like we expect you to wear them while you're working on this job.
Right, baby. Listen,
Okay, but I'm
listen.
saying something, because it's like the norm of the neighborhood he grew up in.
I
He
understand
wants to
that.
participate with the other guys, and they
Right.
think it looks macho or great. It's
Right.
their frame of mind.
I know, baby.
Well, I'm going to finish.
Go
what I'm
ahead,
getting.
finish it, baby.
Their frame of mind, like this is their reality. This is how they were brought up.
Yes.
They don't see wearing a belt up to their waist firmly, and where a man should have his wallet and everything and be neat looking. It's not in their character. They weren't raised like that. But once they could get older and they could turn around and look at themselves, they'll say, well, what was I thinking about?
Exactly.
That's maturity as you go along.
Mhm.
If somebody would just step aside and talk to them real nice, say, tell me, what's the reason? What's going on? What are you trying to signify to somebody?
Right. So
Tell
we're
me
still
something.
talking about
Educate me.
right,
Okay, I
baby.
do that.
We're still talking about communication.
Sure.
And when you took them back to job, the people that was working for you,
Yeah.
those individuals, I'm sure you all didn't hire children.
No.
Those were grown men.
No.
And with you being the supervisor over that group,
Mhm.
you could do that. That wasn't what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you in your family. You see a son, you see a nephew, you can still talk to them. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
Okay, you do, but everybody don't.
I know.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Praying that you do.
Yes, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if we lead by example. But anyway, all of that is going to be part of the conversation during some of our workshops. And again, you see the Hodges, we are humans, we have conversation, and you see the facial expression, and you see the facial expression. Well, guess what? This is all part of life. It's all part of a great relationship. I'm glad you did that, because the show is almost over. And you may not have that bubble bath that we were talking about. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. We'll see. He'll be able to tell you all if he got the bubble bath.
I'll get it.
You may get it. Okay.
I will have it.
We love you all. We want you to tune
that all?
in. That's it, babe. Remember,
That's short.
is that short? When you're having a good time,
Yeah.
time passes so
We
fast.
could go into the Hodges program.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Following this program at 9:30 every Sunday on Facebook Live, there is a live show regarding the Hodges.
Yeah.
We're probably going to continue this conversation. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But anyway, you all
don't see
share
why not.
this. Share. Please subscribe to the YouTube. And next week, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be talking about.
Why not?
I like to keep them guessing, like I like to keep you guessing.
All right.
Everybody, you all have a wonderful rest of the evening, and know that you know the best is here. Go enjoy your life. It's the Amazing Couples Game Show. And tonight, this was just a little special. We don't normally talk about us or give any kind of advice. We're having a game show, and we're trying to figure out, do the husband really know the wife?
That's right.
Do the wife really know the husband?
Still learning.
Everybody's still learning. They're getting gifts. We're talking about sponsors, and we also talk to couples regarding marriage. So we'll see you on next Sunday, Amazing Couples Game Show. See you later. Okay,
Yeah.